My 16-year-old son recently started walking to school with a girl. So I follow them.
Zarna Garg is quickly becoming a household name in the comedy world.
Some things I'll just never get used to in this country.
Thanks to her more than 700,000 TikTok followers.
The other day he asked me, he's like, Mom, are you proud of me? I said, proud of you. Why?
And she's using her South Asian background to keep the laughs coming.
No, for real, for real. I am an immigrant. I came to America with $9 in my pocket. Yeah. 10,000 in the bank.
Zarna immigrated to the US from Mumbai at a young age. But after being a stay-at-home mom for 16 years, she felt like she was starting to lose her personal identity. So she set out on a quest to find herself.
I had to say to myself that I can do something. I don't know what that thing is, but I can do something. And I kept saying that to myself for a long time before I figured out what that thing was.
Being financially independent was always a priority, but it wasn't until her children pushed her to share her natural ability to make people laugh that she started to publicly pursue comedy as a career.
When my kids said, you should do comedy, I'm like, that's not a job. Like, I need a job that pays money. And they're like, no, you can make money doing comedy. It had never occurred to me that this was a thing.
At a recent set performing at the Comedy Cellar in the Village, Zarna had the audience roaring with laughter.
I'm not your typical Indian woman. This bindi, it's a PR thing. It's not a crime. Like, we're not committing a crime here. It's all jokes. Okay, my mother-in-law, she's terrible. But all the other things are jokes.
She says she's not afraid to laugh at herself or other Asians while pushing boundaries.
It's jarring for our culture, and I say all kinds of things on stage about my family, my mother-in-law and all, whatever I think is funny. So sometimes I see the Indian women like, I can't believe she said that. And then they get nervous, like, are we allowed to laugh at this?
In a bindi and kurta, an Indian outfit she designed herself, Zarna does not mind being seen as different.
You know, everybody feels a little bit like an outsider, especially in New York City. Yeah. People come from all over. You would think a guy who moved from Texas to New York is an immigrant, because the world is so different even for them. Yeah. So my job is now to find those common grounds and to find the humor in that. And I love doing it.
According to research, Asians make up 5.4% of the stand-up comedian demographic, and only 11% of comedians are women. But Zarna sees a change coming.
I have to tell you that I think that the landscape is shifting. It is very male-dominated, but the audience is female. So anybody who's in this business has to accept and acknowledge that they have to include women, because we are the ones buying the tickets.
With the newly released Amazon Prime special titled Zarna Garg 1 in a Billion, she's excited to begin touring the country. But even with big things on the horizon, her family remains job number one.
And you know, when I make these jokes, people ask me, they're like, but how can you be so strict and old-fashioned? You're a comedian yourself. Yeah, but my kids don't know I do this. I leave my house in scrubs. My LinkedIn profile, you guys should check it out. It says Mount Sinai. That's my time, you guys. I'm Zarna Garg.
Aditi Lamba, Spectrum News.